What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to update you on all the exteriors mods that we are doing. The carbon fiber takes a lot of time, and I will show you where in the process we are and what I have done until now. I will also upgrade you on the 3-piece grill and the lower grill part as well. All of these things takes a lot of time and none of them is done yet, so I can't show you how they fit and stuff like that, but I will show you everything I have done until now, so you get to see all the details and everything. So let's go. And yes, the free giveaway is still open. You have to comment in the previous clip where it says free giveaway in the title. It's still open. All you need to do is comment, give me carbon, and be a subscriber to the channel, which a lot of people have entered already. And to be more clear about it, the cover fits Saab 9.5 from 98 to 2010 and Saab 9.3 from I don't know when, and maybe even the Saab 900, some of the previous ones, but from like 03 and forward it will not fit, because if you have opened the hood you will not find a cover that looks like that. So, but anyways, here's today's video. So now all the parts have fully cured with one layer of epoxy, so it's a really thin layer. What we're going to do now is that we should cut off all the excess carbon fiber that's inside the mirror caps and pieces that's hanging down here and on this part right here. Just trim this off so we get nice fine lines. For example, the part here is where the actual mirror cap sits. So here we are going to cut away all of this, because on this area here we don't want any additional material, because then the mirror cap won't fit. So what we're going to use is one of these knives and have a fresh blade, so it's really easy to cut. Parts are cut, and this is a real, these parts are not so bad, nor this part, but the mirror caps is just a nightmare, because all edges and everything needs to be so perfect to the fit. So all these little tabs should be left, and the edge needs to be super straight. And also down here, where there should be just a flat surface with no carbon, it's super important that you don't have any carbon here. Then you won't be able to twist and fit the mirror. It's just super small defects. If you build up with epoxy here, you won't be able to get it on properly. So now it's done at least, so now I'm gonna wet sand this with a little piece of 400 grit paper, just super light, so you just scratch the surface so the new epoxy layer will bond. So now the parts have dried and we are at the first coat, then we sanded it down very lightly and now we have a second coat. So what we are going to do now is dry sand it with 240 grit to try to get rid of all the high spots. And you just have to feel it with your hands so you know what you're doing. And in some areas it's quite okay already, but there's a lot of texture to it. And as you can see here, maybe where it curves, the concave of the part, here the epoxy has gathered. So you can see here it's almost perfect, but here you have these high spots. So we're gonna wet sand it, and after that we will lay down one more coat of epoxy. Then we will wait for approximately 3 hours or something like that, so it goes to a tack. Then we are going to lay down another coat, so no sanding in between. So we want to build up some layers of epoxy, and then it's time to sand it down and try to get it fully, completely flat, and then apply the clear coat. So you can see here how we touched upon all the high spots. As I said before, it's not completely flat, because then you will sand through and then you're done. So this is probably the result you're aiming for. So now it's just to add a couple of layers of epoxy, then let it fully cure and then sand it down to a complete flatness. It's time to mount the net on the back of the grill, and to do that I have PL300, which is a black glue. I don't want it to be visible anywhere, but I noticed this. There are some little like tabs, or what you call them, that stick up quite a bit, so I think we will need to grind them down. It would have been better to do that first, but now it is like it is. So, and here we have some random weights to put on the net when it's put in place. So the glue has cured overnight and it came out pretty good. It sits really solid to the frame and not much glue sticking out, and since it's black it's not that noticeable, but you can see it at some places. It still hasn't cured fully because the full strength is after 24 hours, so still some hours to go, but came out really good. All we need to do now to fit it is to cut off all this excess that's outside of the frame here, because this will collide with parts that on the front bumper. So, and this part I was a little worried how I should fit this little ribbon in the middle, but I used a zip tie and just zip tied it in the middle, and it sits really strong. Since the net is 4 millimeters thick, it doesn't bend or nothing at all. And since this has a curvature like the original grill, when you tighten this, the grill net also gets a curvature, so that's really nice. It looks like OEM to me. The only thing is this builds up a little bump in the middle, so I have to cut some material out of this Saab emblem to make it fit properly, because you can put it in now, but it will just sit and wiggle. So we can try and just lay it down so you get a feeling of how it will turn out when it's done. It will be something like this. I think it will look really, really good. And this, I don't know, now it's not the proper angle to film this, because it might look like it's a little bit high. I don't know, maybe lower it a little bit. But it's just to cut the zip tie and just move it down a little bit, so no big deal. But I think it will look super amazing. And for the carbon fiber parts, they all have 5 layers of epoxy now. So when this has dried completely, it's to sand it down so it's completely flat, and then apply some clear coat. And the clear coat will arrive tomorrow, so very excited about that. So tonight I might do some sanding, so it's just ready for some clear coat. The big problem with this will be to fit the honeycomb net. Here you can glue it, of course, but down here there's nothing to attach to, so I think I will do some zip ties to hold it in place and then glue it from the back. And also this needs to be mounted when I try to glue this, because this is all just loose and wiggly, and this needs to get the proper height to fit back in the bumper. So this might be a little tricky, but I think we will solve it. So I hope you liked this episode and that you enter the free giveaway, because it's once in a lifetime. No, probably I will do this again, but for some other part maybe, because I like giving and I like the response that's on the videos. And hope you subscribe, hope you like the video, and I will see you very soon again. Bye.